Welcome to American Reads, Fun Learning Activities. We are college students who create fun activities for kids. Our fun activities are focused on reading, writing, and math. Thanks for joining us to learn today. My name is Shi, and today we will review what fraction is, include how to read and write. We will review what the meaning of fraction, include knowing how to use a graph to represent a fraction. We're gonna learn what the equivalent of a fraction is and learn how to compare the fraction by reasoning their signs. The materials you're gonna use for today's activities include something to write and draw with, such as a colored pencil and a blank of sheets of paper. Take it easy, it's gonna be a very interesting journey. Let's get started. Do you remember what fraction is? A fraction shows a part of a whole. Take this one as an example. What fraction it is? Yes, it's 3/4. So 3 is the numerator, and we see a line here. Don't forget the line in the fraction. What's the denominator? The denominator is 4. So this fraction is 3/4. Great job! What is the meaning of this fraction? We can use the graph here to explain. For example, I have a pizza. I divided my pizza into 4 equal parts because our denominator is 4. And I ate 3 of them. So that's why I shaded the 3 parts. Here we go. So this graph can perfectly represent our fraction 3/4. Great job! Okay, let's continue review the fraction by playing this game. This game is called Fraction Story. Before we get started, you need to prepare a pencil and a paper handy. When a fraction is mentioned in the story, we need to use a graph to express the fraction. So let's get started. One day, I went to Walmart to buy a watermelon, and I ate 1/4 of it. I bought a pineapple, and I shared 1/3 of a pineapple with my sister. Okay, let's see how many fractions we found in this story. Take your time. Yes, it's 2. One is here and one is here. We have 1/4 and 1/3. So now let's use a graph to represent our 2 fractions. If you're ready, know how to do it, you can pause the video and do it by your own. Once you finish, you can click play to check if you get correct. If you want to do it with me, it's totally fine. Let's get it together. Let's do it together. So, the first fraction we have here, it's 1/4. So let's do this one first. Let me write it down, 1/4. Okay, so 1/4. The denominator 4 tells us we need to divide our circle into 4 equal parts. Okay, let's see. Our denominator 1 tells us we need to shade 1 part of it. There you go. We got our graph to represent fraction 1/4. Let's see another one. 1/3. Let me write it down, 1/3. So, for this fraction, we use the circle to represent 1 whole. So, 3, our denominator 3, means we need to divide our circle into 3 equal parts. So let's do it. And our numerator 1 tells us we need to shade 1 part of it. Here you go. So we get our graph. to perfectly represent the fraction 1/3. Great job! You guys are so amazing! Now you can take a brain break. You can pause the video, drink some water, and take a break. Welcome back! After review what fraction is, let's learn something new. What are equivalent fractions? The best way to learn it is jump right in. Let me show you guys two circles here. Both of them have the same size. Remember, when we need to find out the equivalent fractions, we need to make sure that both of our shapes have the same shape and size. If their size is not the same, they can't be equivalent. Okay, we will use these two circles to represent two fractions. So let me write down the two fractions we have. The first one is 1/2. The second one is 2/4. So we have these two fractions. How about let's do the first one, 1/2. I have a question before we get started. We need to divide our circle into how many equal parts based on the fraction 1/2? Great job! 2 equal parts. So let me divide our circle into 2 equal parts. Okay, our numerator 1 tells us we need to shade one part of it. So let me shade one part. Great job! Let's see the second one, 2/4. The denominator 4 tells us we need to divide our circle into 4 equal parts. Great job! Okay. Okay, our denominator 2 tells us we need to shade 2 parts of it. There you go, we got it. Now, let's look at this. Do we have an equivalent fractions? Yes, we do. Even though they are divided into different parts. The first one, we have 2 parts altogether, 1, 2. The second one, we have 4 parts altogether, 1, 2, 3, 4. But the amount we shaded, they're the same. We shaded half of them. So they are the equivalent fractions. 1/2 equal to 2/4. The value of them is the same. So the most important thing is these two circles are same in size. If they're not the same, they could not be considered as equivalent fractions. Great job! After learning what equivalent fraction is, let's learn how to compare fractions by reasoning about their size. The best way to learn it is jump right in. So first, let's take this one as example. Let's compare 1/2 and 1/4. So the first step, let's use a graph to represent these two fractions. How about we use a pizza to represent one whole? The pizza is a circle, so that's why I put a circle here. Okay, let's divide based on the first one, 1/2. We need to divide our pizza into 2 equal parts. Great job! Okay, and our numerator 1 tells us we need to shade one of them. Great job! Okay, let's see the second one, 1/4. It means we need to divide our circle or our pizza into 4 equal parts, and then we need to shade one of them. Perfect. Okay, one thing we need to make sure we need to draw exactly the pizza of the same size as the first one. See, that's why I mentioned both of them should have the same size. If they're different in size and shape, we can't compare them. So let's compare them. Who has the more shaded parts? Yes, the first one, 1/2. This fraction has more shaded parts. So we can say 1/2 is greater than 1/4. Great job! Let's try another one. Let's compare 2/8 and 3/4. First, the first step, let's use a graph to represent these two fractions. How about we use a pizza again to represent one whole? Because we all love pizza, right? So the first one, let's divide our pizza into how many equal parts? Yes, the denominator tells us we need to divide our pizza into 8 equal parts. So let's do it. There you go. And then we need to shade 2 parts. Okay, so this graph will perfectly represent the fraction 2/8. Let's see the second one. 3/4. One thing we need to make sure we need to draw an exactly the same pizza as the first one. Okay, if they're a different size or in a different shape, we cannot compare. Okay, so let's divide our second pizza into 4 equal parts because our denominator is 4. Okay, and our numerator 3 tells us we need to shade 3 parts of them. Here we go. Okay, now let's compare which pizza has more shaded parts. Which one? First one or second one? Yes, this one. So we can say 2/8 is smaller than 3/4. Excellent. Let's try the last one. Let's compare 2/4 and 1/3. The first step, let's use a graph to represent these two fractions. So this time, we're gonna use a rectangle to help. So the first one, 2/4. Let's divide our rectangle into 4 equal parts. So first, let's divide our rectangle into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need to shade 2 parts of them. Now we get 2/4. The second one, we need to divide our rectangle into 3 equal parts because our denominator is 3. And then we need to shade 1 part of them. Great job! Okay, now let's compare. Which rectangle has more shaded parts? The first one or the second one? Yes, the first one. So we can say 2/4 is greater than 1/3. Great job! That's all for today's lesson. Thank you for learning with American Reads today. We hope you come back and learn some more. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and then we will be back with more videos soon. Bye!